I think it's good. A lot of different people. Everyone seems to get on. I've lived here all my life, born here.
I'm living here from 2009 in Coventry. I'm happy. It's like I'm born here. For a few years, in 2002 I came first time. That time the Romanian people been illegal, but my husband has been here before me. So this is very dear to me because my husband is passed away in 2007. So this is really what is. I followed him. I came here because of him. It's dear to me, like heart.
We've stopped off to go to the museum and
Transport Museum.
Transport Museum.
Oh, it was like Coventry was like a hotbed of the cycling industry, wasn't it, in the late 1800s? Is what I picked up from it, and like all the Singer factory and the car manufacturers as well. So it's quite interesting. Maybe it'll play in the tractors as well.
And the cathedral.
It's just been there, and it's wonderful. It's even better than I expected.
No, we thought the whole cathedral was terrific and, of course, very modern. It was revolutionary at its time, but now, of course, I think we're all more educated towards, modern art, and thought it was wonderful. Yes, really terrific.
We're going to visit it now. We've visited it before and we thought it was wonderful. It was a wonderful sort of experience to go inside knowing what happened, because I was born before the war, so I remember the war very well, so it has a poignancy for me.
I remember the time when it was nothing really. None of this was here. The cathedral's all been done up again. I've actually repointed that pier on the spike when I was 16 years of age a few years ago. I repointed all that tower. About 5.5 weeks we've done that in. But when you get near the top of that, it's a bit it's a bit scary when the wind hits and you're on that scaffold. But yeah.
And I like the fact that they didn't pull down the old cathedral completely, so that for future generations it will always be a reminder about the horrible realities of war. And then the new one stands for hope, so I do like that.
And it's post-war, and then the cathedral is brought down, but the remains are here, so it symbolizes it's a sign of history itself about Britain and the World War or something like that.
Coventry University is quite famous in Hong Kong, and I think the quality of the teachers and the environment in Coventry is quite good. Yeah, we have all kinds of shops here.
Have you been to Coventry before this time? I have years ago, because I was in a play and we came here to the Arts Centre, but I can't really remember much about it. It was a long time ago. It was a farce called the Farndale Ladies production of A Christmas Carol. It was it's a farce, yes. And we stayed somewhere here in a bed and breakfast for I think a couple of nights, and I went to the cathedral and had a look at it, but this morning that's the first time we've actually attended a service, so being part of it. Yeah,
I came here for study. I'm a student in Coventry University. I study a master degree of career guidance. I'm waiting here for my friends. Yeah. We will go to a garden. I spend a lot of time in the library, so if you want me to introduce my library, that's okay.
I used to live in Kenya, and I came to this country in 1978 and moved to Coventry in 1983 when I came here to start a new, nice, challenging job. I worked for the library service. I was the manager of multicultural library services, and I describe it as challenging as well as interesting, because each day, or I should say each year, it felt as if I was starting a new job.
We're going to go to Waterstones, get some manga, and go to Cosmos.
The bigger park.
Memorial Park.
Yeah, the Memorial Park. I like to play football there and play in the swings because they have seesaws.
Seesaws?
Yeah.
Swings?
Because when the other person goes up, you go down, and then when you go up, they go down.
Most of my family live here, so when I was a kid, my parents moved us all down to Coventry. I've lived here about 10 years. When I was a kid, all of this was different. There's a big canopy here, A lot of the shops are different. I think they're like investing a lot of money into making it more like, what's the word, like metropolitan, like more shops and stuff. There's a lot of like different cultures and stuff here, I'd say. Draper's down near Gosford Street. It's really nice there. I usually go there quite a lot. It's just like a bar, but they do food, but it's not like a normal bar. They play like different music. It's like very like vintage and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And like drink and draw. So they just give you like sketch pads and just draw whatever. I think the cathedral's pretty good. Obviously there's a lot of history there with like World War II and stuff. And I mean they utilise it for things as well. There's going to be like a cinema, like an outdoor cinema there.
Yeah, living in Hill Fields, that's where I grew up. Back in the days when there used to be a lot of drug raids and everyone selling drugs and fighting and all the police always coming round.
And what's happened now?
It's all changed now. It's a lot of just a lot of different people. Yeah, and the flats have all changed and it's good.
Where's your best memorable place in Coventry?
Probably the War Memorial Park, because they hold like lots of good festivals, so I think it's quite fun to go there in the summer.
The communities in Coventry are extremely welcoming, and when I did outreach work, the overwhelming feeling I had at the end of each outreach activity was that I had become an honorary member of that community. They had a lot of love to give, and I, in return, had a lot of respect for them.
We got married in Holy Trinity Church 32 years ago. Used to all be banks along the high street, but most of them changed to wine bars and coffee shops. So, and I suppose the nightclubs really, there used to be Tiffany's down in the precinct.
Mr George's.
Yeah.
With C&A down the bottom, that's gone.
Yeah.
That closed.
Woolworths, I remember from many years ago.
What did you used to buy from Woolworths?
Sweets. Sweets. Pick and mix, yeah.
They used to have biscuits as well, didn't they, many years ago when I was a child?
Yeah.
Loose biscuits. Mother used to scoop them up, didn't they?
Scoop them up in a bag. Yeah. Awesome.
So, just showing our age now. But I think that's about it, really. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the Dog and Trumpet. And there was one here as well, wasn't there? There's Learfrick, was it? The Learfrick, you know, was a nice bar as well. And the ones down the high street down there, the Alhambra. Yeah, they've all gone. Silver Sword.
Yeah.
You know, we brought Scar to life. A bit of Hazel O'Connor, yeah. Yeah, and I think the museum, the Music Museum, brings a lot of tourists in. I think Lady Godiva brings a lot of tourists in. Yeah, it's not a bad city to live in. It's had its ups and downs. There was, you know, years ago it was awful, but now I think it's quite nice. A lot of people slag it off, but I think it's a nice city. Yeah, I was a big fan of Terry Hall and the Specials. I still listen to it now. It's put Coventry on the map, really. I don't think Lady Godiva did or the Ruins did. I think the music did. Yeah. You know, we've got a lot of actors that come from Coventry as well. So, yeah, big it up for Cov.
Yeah, we go all over the place, like young Lloyd McGrath. He's just left one of the groups from there, to be honest, but he's gone on his own. But that's where he formed. Neville Staples was his manager. So yeah, but we use Two-Tone Village quite a lot.
And Godiva Festival.
I know, and I know the band that are playing, the Ellipsis, which is a local Coventry band. I know them quite well, so there's a lot of things that Coventry does. I mean, you know, we do the outdoor cinema now, and you know, and I think, it's what you make of it, isn't it? Any city is what you make of it. But yeah, I do enjoy living in Cov. Many drunken nights out in the 80s, many. Going to the Plough on a Wednesday night, that was the in-place to go in the 80s. But yeah, Pink Parrot I used to go to. And we'd gone to the Plough and we both were wearing winkle pickers. And we thought, we'll walk, we'll be fine, we'll walk. And then my winkle pickers were hurting and hers were hurting. We were both the same shoe size, so we swapped shoes and it didn't help. So it was a nightmare.
Going back to when I was 18, I used to go, it's now Coventry University, but it's used to be called Coventry Polytechnic those days. So yeah, I used to go then with friends. They used to have different groups on there. So yeah, that's a happy memory. I've been to see Elton John there when I was 18. What else did I see there? I'm trying to think now.
What word would you say describes the country?
I say fun. I like going to town and...
You like spending more money, don't you?
No, I don't. No, I like spending more money.
People tend to get on with everyone, where you can go to certain areas and if you're not from that town, you can tell you're not from that town because they snub you, where Coventry accepts anyone. I personally think so. I'm born and bred Coventry, so I wouldn't move anywhere else.
For me, I told you, it's like a second home.